house, on your farm, or just causing a lot of problems and scaring people. So they built really big fires. Okay? They built really big fires, and they burned food and animals, okay? Dogs, cats, cows, horses, anything they had, for their gods, to help them, protect them from these evil spirits and these ghosts. And they also wore costumes, but they did not wear, you know, Princess Elsa, or they didn't wear witch costumes or anything. Their costumes were very simple. They were made from animal skins and bones. Okay? So if you can imagine somebody wearing an animal skin, and then maybe the bones of the animals are in their hair. Okay? So it's kind of creepy, but that's what they did back then to protect themselves. But then, thousands of years later, people were still practicing this holiday in Ireland and England. Okay? But then in the 1800s, so over 200 years ago, okay, Irish and English people came to the US, and they brought this tradition with them, this holiday. But it changed a lot, okay, in America. Nobody wanted to dance around a fire in animal skins, okay? So in the 1920s, Halloween was celebrated everywhere in the US, but it was much different than 2,000 years ago. Okay, not the same holiday, but the same idea, okay? The idea is that on Halloween, things scare us, but we have to laugh or make fun of the things that scare us, and that's what Halloween is about now. It is now a community event, meaning everybody does this together. Okay, friends, family, neighbors, we all do it together. So it's not just one group of people, it's everybody celebrates it together. So it's a day to have fun, to scare your friends or have your friends scare you, or if you have a little brother or sister, they can scare you or you can scare them. And it's okay. It's okay to scare people on Halloween, as long as you don't go too far. Okay, don't hurt anybody, that's bad. Okay, so we dress in costumes. Okay, we dress as Spider-Man, Batman, witches, wizards, Harry Potter, anything you can imagine. So it's kind of the one day you can be anything you want. So that's why it's really fun. Anything you want to be, you can use your imagination. So we scare others, we tell ghost stories, we hide and trick people, okay, all sorts of things. We watch scary movies, it's very popular to do on Halloween. And we like being scared by others. It's kind of fun to kind of be scared by other people. And we like to laugh at the things that scare us. So what are some things that scare you? What are you scared of? What are some things that scare you?
Ghost.
Ghosts? Okay, you're scared of ghosts. Is anybody scared of spiders? No? Okay, I'm really scared of spiders. I hate spiders. Or what about snakes? Do you know what a snake is? Yeah, you're scared of snakes? Oh, I don't like that. What about dark? The dark. Are you scared of the dark? No? Or what about being alone at home? Oh, you guys are pretty brave, okay? Well, anyway, on Halloween, it's a day to let yourself imagine those things. But it's not that it's scary more than it's fun. Okay, it's fun to be scared. So one of our traditions is Halloween parties. Okay, they're usually really big events. You might spend a lot of money if you are the person that is doing the party. Okay? So we have a costume contest to see who is wearing the coolest, or the prettiest or the most creative costume. Okay? Ghost stories, we tell ghost stories to see who has the scariest ghost story. We do pumpkin carving. Okay, so if you look here, this is a big pumpkin. So on Halloween, we go to a pumpkin farm and we buy a big pumpkin, and then we cut a hole in the top and take it off, and then take out everything inside. So there's nothing inside, all the seeds and everything. And then we put the top back on, and then we take a knife and we cut a hole for eyes and a mouth and maybe a nose. But now some people have really cool pumpkins. They might make a spider or something really cool. And then on Halloween night, we put a candle or a light inside. So it looks like it's glowing. Okay, kind of scary, but kind of cool. Okay. We have Halloween songs, many famous Halloween songs, and we do Halloween games. There is one called the Monster Mash, where everybody takes a chair, okay, a chair, and they put it in a circle. And when the music plays, everybody gets up and goes in the circle. And then when the music stops, everybody has to sit down. And then each time you take away one chair. So each time somebody will have no chair and they are out. Okay, so that's one of our party games. Another is wrapping the mummy. Do you know what a mummy is? From Egypt, the ones like this, okay, mummy. They're wrapped in paper. Okay, so we have a game where you see how fast you can wrap your friend like a mummy. And then they have to start moving. And it's really fun. So anyway, when we're kids, there's a lot of things you can do. Okay, trick or treat. Do you guys know trick or treat? Okay, very popular in the US. Our biggest thing to do. So on Halloween night, you wear a costume, you bring a bag, or sometimes a plastic pumpkin, okay, to hold your candy in. You go with friends or family. You always need to be with somebody because it can be dangerous at night if you're by yourself. Okay? And then you knock on your neighbor's door. You go through the neighborhood, knock on people's doors, and you say, trick or treat, and they will give you candy. Okay? But what is trick or treat? Okay, so treat is the candy, but what about the trick? Okay, a trick is when you do something to surprise somebody or scare someone. So if they don't give you a treat, the idea is that they will play a trick on you. Or no, you will play a trick on them. Okay? But now we have very strict rules, so no tricks on Halloween. Okay, you can get in big trouble. We have scary hay rides, where farmers, they go on their tractors. This is a tractor, and everybody sits in the back, and you go through maybe the forest or the farm, and people will jump out and scare you. Okay? We have something called a corn maze, where the farmers will cut corn. Okay, corn grows really tall, and they'll cut a path, a road in the corn, and you have to find your way out. But there will be scary people that will jump out and scare you and chase after you and make you get lost. And of course, most popular is going to a haunted house. It might be a real haunted house, or maybe somebody just made a house look like it's haunted, and you have to pay money to go in. But some people, especially people who are teenagers, okay, in high school, maybe even in university, college students, they will try and see who is brave and go into a really old house that nobody lives in, and they have to stay there for one night, okay, just to scare each other. Okay, so let us begin. So, like I said, one of the big things about Halloween is telling scary stories. Okay? So, in Taiwan, what are some scary stories that you know? Does Taiwan have any scary stories? I know Taiwan has the story of the girl in the red dress. You heard of that one? Yeah? Okay, and there's one. I know this school has scary stories. I think one about an elevator up there that opens on its own. Opens and closes. While I lived in Taiwan, many of my students have told me scary stories about Yangming Mountain. Do you guys know Yangming Mountain?
Yes.
Yangming Mountain. Okay, so there's a lot of scary stories about Yangming Mountain. The U.S. has